With that said, people, we've had enough. We've had a nice, it's been wonderful on the ears, wonderful on the eyes thus far. Let's change that. Oh, that might be hate speech. One of it. One day in the future, calling a politician a psychopathic liar might be hate speech. One day calling the politician a petty tyrant might be hate speech. But listen to this.
Third week of illegal blockades.
Hold on, let's just...
On Monday,
as
we entered the third week of illegal blockades and occupations, the federal government invoked the Emergencies Act. We did it to protect families and small businesses, to protect jobs and the economy. We did it because the situation could not be dealt with under any other law in Canada.
Liar! Liar!
On Monday, as we entered...
Liar. And it's not, I don't understand the law. It's not, I'm just exaggerating. It's not, as we say in French, bon dol, good fraud. You know, like when you're selling a car, you say, this is the best car on the market. Everyone knows that that's not intended to be a factual statement. It's good. What do they call it? There's an English term for it. Bon dol, as we say in French. This guy says, we did it because, hold on, actually, let me just do this here. Burning Bibles and flags is completely disrespectful type of defamation. The U.S. has a law against disrespecting the flag. Viva, love your humor. And then we're going to get into, yes, it's worse than verbal diarrhea. What is worse than verbal? We need next step worse than verbal diarrhea. I want to just highlight the part where it's the lie.
We did it because the situation could not be dealt with under any other law in Canada.
Liar!
I'd like to ask you a question, Justin Trudeau. Everybody who was charged with a crime, I mean, we're going to get to it, by the way, because there was only one thing that they did that could not have been done under any other existing law. There was only one thing. Chat, if you know what that one thing is, put it in the chat before I get to it. Everyone who has been charged with a crime from their participation in that unlawful protest was charged under an existing law. There was no other law. What did he say again? What did he say? Hold on. Jeez, I gotta punish you and everyone else in here. What did he say?
Could not be dealt with economy. We did it because the situation could not be dealt with under any other law in Canada.
Liar!
We did it because the situation could not be dealt with under any other law in Canada. Everyone charged was charged with under an existing law. What was the situation that couldn't be dealt with under any other existing law in Canada? Trucks parked illegally. Oh, I'll call it the trucks were parked illegally. Of course, it's a bylaw infraction. It's not a criminal infraction. So they were parked unlawfully. When you double park your car, it's illegal, but it's not a crime. It's a statutory offense. So there were laws to ticket the cars. There were laws to tow the cars. There were laws to prevent honking. There were nuisance laws. There were measures. The court came in and said injunction against the horn honking. And by the way, people don't really appreciate this. It wasn't just horn honking at large. It was specific. What do they call them? Train horns, powered horns, truck horns. It was specific horn honking. There was nothing that occurred in those 3 weeks that could not have been dealt with under any other existing law, except, hold on, let's see if the chat got it. Freezing of the bank accounts. Except the freezing of the bank accounts. Freezing accounts. Okay, chat. The chat's good. Not parked when inside it. No, it is in fact. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The freezing of the bank accounts was the only thing that they could not do under any existing law. Why? Because it's fundamentally unlawful. The arbitrary, it is a charter right. I mean, I'm not pulling up the charter now because I didn't think I was going to get to this part, but it's a charter right, unlawful search and seizure. Freezing your bank account is nothing more than seizing private property. done without court order, in the absence of any criminal charges, in the absence of any charges whatsoever, at the direction of the government who immunized the banks for doing it, or who promised to immunize the banks. There was only one crime that was committed for which there was no existing laws to deal with, and it was seizing of the bank accounts. Nothing else, and nothing else, full stop, could not have been dealt with under existing laws, except for authorizing, instructing the seizure, the freezing of bank accounts, and promising to immunize the banks for doing it. This is worth $20. I have to give you props because you're one of the very select set of people that didn't butcher my last name the first time you read it. That's impressive. Most impressive. Ritterhoff. Well, it's a good last name. Now I just have to go Google what it means because I'm fairly certain that is of Germanic origin, if I had to guess. It's an outright egregious lie. It's a bold-faced lie. There's a whole side thing going on, by the way, with I saw the post. I forget who the guy is. Someone sent it to me. People, I get way too many messages to be able to address them all, but someone sent me, I don't know his name, a bearded guy. He speaks well, talking about Diagolon. I haven't been able to independently confirm and verify the story that the individual is saying, that they started this rumor about some rogue entity called Diagolon, and that's what members of parliament were relying on to justify the invocation of the Emergencies Act. I don't yet have enough information to have an opinion on or even have verified the rumorings. I know the chat's going to know more about this than I do, the Diagolon. But it was a lie. Our prime minister got up in front of parliament and lied to the country. And it's not just that he lied to the country. I was weighing all of the words that I wanted to come out of my mouth right there. It's not just that he lied to the country. The man of the people, Jagmeet Singh, after saying that, Trudeau, his response to the protests was awful, incompetent, voted with Justin Trudeau on this. So you know who you cannot ever trust again in politics. And you think it's fine now because he did it to the protesters and you don't like those protesters. Jagmeet Singh has proven that he's even worse than Justin Trudeau, because I have no doubt Justin Trudeau knows exactly why he's doing it. Jagmeet Singh aided and abetted a pathological liar in the desecration of our Charter of Rights.